Tell me about the case again. Now that we've inspected the scene, I want to know more about this pissing competition you mentioned. What's there to say? It's just stupidity. What kind of stupidity? The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality, so we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here, and now it's come to its natural conclusion. Ah, so this is a struggle over who runs Martinez. Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at... fuck is that word? At the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But, he leans in. I assure you. I am not their finest or toughest. With 102 cases solved, what I am is least interested in a pissing competition. So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary. Do you volunteer to spoil it? What's special about Martinez? I wonder what this says about me. Okay. So you volunteered to spoil it? Yes. I'm an unrepentant spoil sport. The lieutenant appears pleased with this. What's special about Martinez? It's the name of the town that we're in, by the way. And it's actually, I think, a French pronunciation, so I'm probably butchering it. Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist. I wonder what this says about me, that I was sent by my station. He raises an eyebrow, thinking it best to let you make the next move. There can only be one conclusion. I'm the finest we have. A hero cop sent to outperform you in every way imaginable. A good joke. He does not actually think it was a good joke. A joke, of course. Rest assured I have no intention to compete with you. It's good we set this thing aside. Is there anything else you wanted to ask about the competition? If not, we should move. Yeah, okay, enough about the competition. Tell me something else. The wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it. Alright. +1 Sylvie suicide jokes. What the fuck? Low chance though, so I'm not going to try and do it right now. I'll leave that to later once I've leveled that area up. So that task is completed. Sweet. If you have any questions about the game as well, or what I'm doing, feel free to ask.
Scab?
Scab? Asks the man with jolly eyes, tilting his head. What exactly is a scab?
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses.
Hold on. Where did they all come from?
It's me. Somewhere in the ground, I think.
You don't seem to like them much.
Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to Scab. Or I guess, scared maybe. But scared of what? Of who?
He looks at the mass, squinting his eyes as if trying to ascertain what they're scared of.
Personally, I'd rather beg than Scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something.
Yeah, they are scabs. Have you tried talking to them?
We've explained the matters, but they don't listen.
He shakes
This lot
his
would
head.
be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
I'm not a scab, I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money.
Chuckles, then realizes.
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here, to the wild north? Come to see the strife?
Yeah. Come to Martinez investigating a murder. Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder. It's actually very fun and easy. I don't believe you. Postal Adventurer said the same thing. They tried to get me to be their postman. So fun, so easy, they said. It's just walking. He shakes his head at the memory. Hang on a sec. Work calls. Well, not really. I just had a message from one of my team members. I just gotta get back to them. Okay. It wasn't. I'm doing much better here at the harbor. Being an honest union man with a lot of free time in his hands. I keep losing the accent that I put for the person. Like as soon as something interrupts me, if I'm not on the roll, I just lose the whatever accent I chose for the person to begin with. Frustrating. Hey, you're the man in boots at the gates. Kuno said you know about the armor. Yeah, he smiles. That little boy did good on his promise. His promise? To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine. What happened? I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official union probe, you know. Track it down. See who took it. Did you? At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere. The cop's in his pocket and is the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right there, right then and there, and it still got me in trouble. He smiles. One bad move is all it takes. So Kuno used us to what? Scare you? It's a minor nuisance. It's all good. He contemplates taking a swig from his flask. Probe into the armor. What did you learn? I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some armor. What else? Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part. Sort of technical stuff. I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library, explains with a dry smile. Dry, not dry. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off. How does it come off? In parts, 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia. Hold up. 4 pieces. Helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots. What about the leggings? Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. He gives you a jolly shrug. Forget about them. I did. I'm gonna find 1 piece of it. 1 is enough. Nice and balanced, the lieutenant nods. Some junior officers can take care of the rest. Smart choice, the mustache man agrees. It's only that one spot you need armored too, the one the bullet hits. Ah, yeah. Good luck if you go for those boots though. You'd have an easier time wrestling the spares off a Badero than getting them off him. Thank you for the cooperation, sir. No problem. He finally takes a swig from the flask. You see that kid? Thank him from Call Me Manana. Thank you for showing me the way. He's sincerely grateful he is not tracking down pieces of armor right now. So I've got to get the rest of the armor. So I've got to confront Kuno. Got to find 1 piece of armor. And I've got to get the boots off him. So the body, in order to succeed, the body has to be down. Autopsy has to be finished. And Kim has to be absent. He wouldn't approve. This will be devilishly tricky, so don't beat yourself up if you manage to send the body to the processing without getting hold of the boots. Holy shit, that's complicated as fuck. Alright, well, we'll just see if the, like it lets us. Breakthrough imminent. This This is my... I'm looking for assistance with a dead body situation. Body's still hanging in the tree? He rubs his chin as if pondering his core beliefs. Hey, that's a rough pickle. Can't help you with that, sorry. Not really an admirer of dead bodies. Might be someone else from the Union can render assistance. He shrugs. Does this mean you can let me through the gate? I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. He takes a swig and points up the stairs with his flask. The passage grants itself. Did I just do Irish instead of Spanish? Fucking hell. Sorry, chat. That's simple. I just walk in. Hey, walk right past Measurehead and go in. Past Measurehead? Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Seminese supremacist there. He points to the bridge above the gates. Walk right past him. Then press the button to unlock the door. Then go past him again. Okay. And you enter the harbor through the office. Esther. Some reason it doesn't seem like it's going to be that easy. Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation. Or you could convert to his 70s supremacist worldview, or... he strokes his moustache. Maybe it actually is completely impossible. Has anyone ever bested him in a physical confrontation? Not yet, no. He fixes his eyes on you, evaluating your prowess. He's incredibly strong. Has any of the scabs tried converting us to his worldview? Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition. Got it. Another thing. I'm a bit short on money right now. Can you give me some of it? Nothing, my friend. I can help you out. He flips the coin towards you. Hand-eye coordination. Try to catch it. Failure. Shit. 83% I got a failure. There was only 17% of failure there. Jesus Christ. The coin narrowly slips by your outstretched fingers and falls to the ground. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to throw it like that. It's a thing we harbor folk do, passing around cargo and such. He rubs the back of his head. It was not meant as a provocation or ridicule. Lieutenant Kisaragi picks up the coin and hands it to you. Appreciated. Got me $1. Fuck yeah, going up in the world, chat. We got $2. We've only got to get another 128 to pay back the fucking cafeteria manager so that we can sleep tonight. Big yikes. Right, always glad to help out the RCM. We're on the same branch, you and I. Humans, I mean, not slithering scabs. What's the strike about anyway? You know, serious business. He smiles. I'm sure the big boss would be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first. He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization. Nice talk. Gotta get moving. Right, my perception. Oh, why don't I have a mouse right now? There we go. That was weird. Learned some long way home. Thought complete. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market. Past the boogie street spearhead to the other side of the lake. The frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store in the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house, no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone, and so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have for now. Learning cap for perception raised to 5. Speed gives 1 physical. Okay. Cool. I guess we'll go up and try and talk to this guy. I don't think he's going to be very persuasive. Notice, in case of a strike, press button behind guard. Hermetically sealed door locked by electronic means. There's no lock picking or door kicking this one. Looking monolithic. Alright, I can only speak to Measurehead here.
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
Continue.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
The young woman at the giant's side agrees. My body is unimportant. I'm with the police and we need to get into the harbor.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Balrul.
His face contorts in disgust as if he was smelling a dead rat.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Balrul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Wait, Al Ghul?
Yes, Al Ghul.
But what is Al Ghul?
Al Ghul is an ancient Ilmaran poison, a parasitic fungus that has colonized your race. It is a trick the desert pygmies played on you for humiliating them and stripping them of their land.
You mean alcohol?
Correct. My small skull servant.
He nods approvingly. I don't have a problem with Al Ghul, I just drink a little on the weekends. Nah. You're right. Enough. I need you to take the dead body, down the dead body, or let me in.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is reigning.
The fuck? The race stuff is unimportant here. I just need you to help me do my job,
Begging
please.
for help. Attempting to pass fear for cooperation. How far the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics,
Wow.
electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Quakers. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
What? There's a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor. This man is not budging. Let's hope his superiors inside are more cooperative. This is going nowhere.
We still need to get into the harbor. We need help with the tree situation. There must be another way.
Yeah, we discovered that way last night. Secret entrance. What's that? It says DRIH. Okay, I can read that. Oh, actually. Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor. Oh, right. Thanks, Encyclopedia Man. Taking his money. Is this that guy again? Oh no, I haven't spoken to this one yet. Pale driver, the small wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. The photograph is clutched in her hands and there is a warm smile on her face. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes and food money. Maybe she's your grandma? Excuse me, ma'am, I'd like to ask a question. No response. Whatever this woman is, your words fail to reach her. Grandma? Nothing. Her smile just keeps widening. Her hair is grey like lead. Snap your fingers in front of her
Wait.
face. Lieutenant stops you before you can snap.
She's just a distracted old woman. Better
And-
to leave her alone.
Why?
Why?
I
I just told you why.
if you say so. I don't agree. We should interrupt her. Oh, what's that, actually? Didn't realize I could interact with something there. Old slogan, Human Ox covers the truck. We'll call in. Let's call in about the armor, I think it was. It's Precinct 57. The operator greets you through the static. How may I assist you? Could you run a serial number from a pair of armored boots for me? Sure, officer. What's the number and the make of the armor if you know it? E50, 100, 1000. The make and the model of the armor is Fairweather T500/5E. Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then. Wait, what's ICP? The International Collaboration Police? She seems confused for a second. They keep detailed records of all military technology produced by licensed manufacturers. That's one reason the Morrolinton spearheaded the creation of the ICP in the first place. Cool, and what's the Morrolinton? Officer, as much as I appreciate your efforts to lighten the mood, we both have important work to get back to. Did you have any other serious questions? Yeah, well, connect me to Station 41's Lazarus. Take just a moment, officer. Her voice fades out into the familiar radio static. You hear a man clearing his throat briskly, then an answer. Gottlieb, what do you want? He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy. Just a routine checkup. Oh, the man is pleasantly surprised. It's you. You know who I am? Yes, there's no end to the misfortunes fate has seen fit to rain upon me. Sure, but can you tell me about myself, as in who I am? Who you are? You lost your human visage a while back. Now let's get on with it. I've got more important things to do. I've lost my memory. All of it. With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, I'm not surprised. You're not surprised? Okay. Anything else? What else? I'm not a brain doctor. Look on the bright side. You've got a whole new life now. Use it wisely. It's hard to say if he doesn't believe you or doesn't care. Isn't there anything you can do for me? What? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want another rundown of everything collapsing inside your body? Yes, I want the truth. You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium and vitamin D. Our station is not a retirement home. We don't have the funds to deal with rock stars past their prime. So it's political. You're being neglected because of political reasons. And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic. In fact, I got work to do. Some idiot has glued his eyelids shut with cyanocrylite. It looks like Mac Torson. It's not fucking cryoactylate. It's super glue, doc. Guess that's it for now. Phone click. Suddenly you hear the already familiar voice. Anything else I can help you with, officer? Alice, please connect me to the 41st again. Just a moment, officer. 10-4, come in, officer. Over. Might sound odd, but there's personal details I'd like to discuss. Okay, 10-4, sir. I hear you. Relay your question. Over. Wait, before you say anything stupid, think they're through. Need information, not fear. Be smart about this. Ask if he's alone. You alone in the room? Ah, okay. I'm looking for my address. I don't know where I live. 10-4, your address. Hold up, Jules. He doesn't fucking know where he lives. Did I hear that right? Seems like it, sir. No, fuck him. Don't tell him anything, you understand? He's been hellhound for the gutter. Let him have it. Sorry, sir. Anything more I can do for you? Over. We'll just wrap that up. I'm gonna do Sylvie again. Sylvie Malaka on the phone for you, officer. Yes, hello. You recognize the voice? Hey, Sylvie, it's the police again. Oh, great. Shouldn't sound thrilled. What else do you need, detective? Quit your job at the Whirling. Why? Okay, hang on. So I need to do something else before she'll continue that train of thought with me. I'll leave that. Got a skill point now. I'll call Alice back tomorrow. I don't really know what to put my skill point into. Logic might be helpful. Or rhetoric. So all of these are pretty good. So I think kind of my intellect and physique is where I should really be focusing some of my stuff, and maybe my Inland Empire. Maybe I'll give my logic a go. I should put my empathy up to 5, and then I'll do logic next. Okay. I've got to confront Kino again. But I might just see if I can get some more information. Oh, didn't know this part existed. Let's just explore this side for a sec. Lots of books.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
A young girl with chubby red cheeks waves at you, smiling. Her nose is also red from the cold. Hello. I am the law.
I know, sir.
She stomps her feet to feel warmer.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
What kind of a store is this
It's
anyway?
a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
What a store name. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl. What is a book? Don't be ridiculous. I know all these things. Feeling nobody. Don't you sass me?
Sir, are you okay? You've been standing here silently for a while now.
I'll just do that again.
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books.
There's a book.
That is a book. They have stories inside them. It's like someone told you a story in a really long letter.
What's a postcard?
A postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved.
She's unfazed by her questions. Should we consider it impolite to point out any perceived weirdness?
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards.
Interesting. Thanks.
My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know?
Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What is your name? My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Placence. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organizing the stock. The girl gazes at the window, then suddenly jolts, her eyes wide as if recalling something. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. And you're standing out here in the cold because... I'm signaling that the store is open, she nods eagerly. Otherwise people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling, but she's cold. You're cold. Can I help in some way? Kind of you to offer, sir. She doesn't know what else to say. What else could you do to help her anyway? I should have a word with the store owner, maybe. Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. She stands upright and smiles like a little soldier. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep me warm. Shouldn't he be at school or something? I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running. Isn't going to school more important than this? Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed. There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette. How's the business going? Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being... She looks over her shoulder. Cursed. Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders. Cursed? In what way? Cursed in a way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they'll all go... She's looking for the right word. Bankrupt? Arse up. She blushes. I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so. Sounds rather serious. I should probably look into this. You can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here. The lieutenant makes a note in his notebook. Yes, she chirps. Please do look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games you asked about are also there, sir. What do you know about the other failed businesses? Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. She looks a bit disappointed. I don't really know what's there. How does this curse manifest itself? It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather. But Kim, the plasmic manifestations. No such thing. The lieutenant stands at your side, stern and serious. The girl looks back and forth between you two. Anything else you want to talk about, sir? Enough about the curse for now. Annette looks at your shaved, prickly chin. It distinctly contrasts with the oily mutton chops that surround it. Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead. What is this crime business? Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective is trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals. Oh, okay, I get it. Crime murder gets the people going. Mm-hmm, she tots, and it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is or how the good guys are going to catch him. I'm a policeman myself, by the way. The law, as I said. You don't look much like a policeman. She examines you as if trying to find something policeman-like. Ah, what does a cop look like then? Didn't mean to offend you, sir. Sorry. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen. She points to a book cover on which you see a strapping Vespertine officer. He stands grimly over the body of a dead woman. It's not your body that's important in police work anyway. It's your head. Yes. No, your mind. Quicksilver mind. This Mullen guy looks like he needs 4 hours just to come up with a single idea. She gazes at the image of Duck Mullen, frowning. No, he's wicked smart in the stories. Sure, when the author does all the thinking for him, real policemen have to think and act on their own. Like you, sir, of course. She smiles mischievously. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for you. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. The cover image of Dick Mullen seems to stare at you with harsh disapproval. Like in the books. Okay. I'm going to deduce something now. Thanks for the info on the game. No worries, Anna. Catch you later. Enjoy your dinner. Hopefully it's something yummy. Check failure at 92%. You failed to deduce anything substantial. She waits intently. I'm a detective. I deduced that you were a girl. Come on, anyone would notice that. See her around. How did I fail a 92% chance? Book about Pate. Book about Bordaro culture. It promotes freedom and roaming upstream. Book about the future. The government reads your mind using radio technology. Oh, that sounds intriguing. Oh, actually, let's memorize the title. Lose 87 Radio City. Seems important. Okay. Short on money. Equip a plastic bag. Collect bottles and sell them at Frit. Yeah, but I don't know where the plastic bags are. Gift books and molten candy. The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Chemdor somewhere. Storekeep, tell me about the Muscle Man books. Oh, Man from Helmdale, a very popular series of adventure novels. She looks at the books with some disdain. They're awfully immoral and violent books. Why are they so popular? Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do. Sounds good. Which one should I start with? What does it matter? They're all the same. She rolls her eyes, then fiddles with her pendant. However, the customer is always right, they say. If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Helmdale Man, the Man from Helmdale. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series. God. Expensive. Be more books, I'm sure. And a board game, small amount of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-rated merchandise. Storekeep, what board games do you have here? Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure. Or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insuland, a very educational game for those interested in geography. Raw Butcher is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children. Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family? Wow, I have children? A family? It certainly feels like whatever you are will die with you. Look at me. Who'd want to have children with me? Don't be so hard on yourself, sir. You just need to clean up a bit. And technically, friends are a bit like family. She fiddles her pendant. For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It'll cost 12 real. So what about all these Wirral things? Lousy auras there, she shudders. No role-playing games are popular among those types, you know, who are into those kinds of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts, that they have rituals where they try to summon entities, highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them, though. She looks at the table, crossing her arm. That might come in handy later. The book collects the national recipes of Arda. They're about lake trout. More stuff upstairs, too. I don't know if this will be necessary yet.
Yes?
I don't want to talk to you. This chick.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
I got her accent wrong. Plaisance. The clerk extends a greeting.
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Okay, lady. Before we go on, you seem to be well off enough. Can you give me some money? I feel there won't be an opportune moment to ask later.
Sir, don't be ridiculous. I certainly will not give you money. I would be doing you a grave psychic disfavor. One has to earn one's success, even if one is a police officer. Handouts are nothing but manipulation. All they do is make you dependent.
Right. So are you the owner of this store?
I am. The proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
The voice is high-pitched as if to give more penetration. The girl outside mentioned... your daughter is the one standing outside the store, right? Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her purse doing a job like a proper girl? Yes, of course. Wonderful. Did you talk to her? Yes. Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her? Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she'd lured you into the store. Well, I liked the little girl. 10. She's certainly very polite and helpful. My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. She's immensely satisfied with the answer. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette. The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong. Mind your own business, sir. Her posture becomes very rigid. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of your or anyone's business. I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor. She rolls her eyes. You must be kidding. There's nothing like that happening. Depends. How much do you pay the kid? Good sir, what does a young child have to do with money anyway? No, I save it for her as a fund. She's securing her financial future out there. Oh, I guess I was mistaken. Indeed. Her voice is decisive and sharp as a knife. Are we done with the jokes now? Yes, we've had quite enough fun here. The lieutenant taps his foot. Okay, let's change the subject. The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then she nudges her glasses. The girl outside mentioned this place is cursed. Cursed? Who said that? Annette? She blinks. I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for the commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir. Doesn't feel like it's thriving. Feels ghostly. What if I want to buy a book? Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything? She fiddles with her pendant, then waves her bony fingers directly at you. See those shelves there? Go be drawn. What type of books do you have? Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. She nudges her glasses. The shelves compel you, don't they? All right, I'll take a look then. Farewell for now, book peddler. All right, so she's crazy. See a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Shopkeeper, what's behind the curtains? Nothing. Now please go back to browsing books. She piddles with her pendant. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about. Is she trying to hypnotize us? I'm pretty sure she is. She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. Examine the strange cage-like trinket. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straws. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you. Pull open the curtains. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more. Sir, don't touch that! I told you it's off limits for customers! Oh, I can't do how piercing her voice is. The hand is closed around her pendant, her fingers nervously playing with the talisman. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous. She looks away, mumbling, why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people? This is about the curse? That's why you're afraid? No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please, step away from the curtains. She's almost begging you. Ma'am, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there. Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. She stops abruptly as her hand flies over her mouth, baffled by her own bluntness. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. It just, please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers. The curtains just seem frail suddenly, not robust enough to contain a slippery darkness. But I sense this place calling for me. I must investigate beyond the threshold. You do? She grabs her pendant again, visibly shaken. My God, even more reason not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. All right, I think about it for a while. Thank you, the shopkeeper lets out a loud sigh. Let's just talk about this first, all right? There's no reason for you to venture into the unknown. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hung before you as if taunting you. Rip them apart, this time for real. Let's just do it. See a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little cage-like trinkets, your shadow looming over it like an omen. I warned you, you're unleashing forces beyond your understanding. Just go check it out, huh? Ghostly silhouettes of hairdryers. There used to be a hairdresser. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Merely looking at that unmanly haircut threatens your masculinity. A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. Knock on the door. Only an echo. No one is there. Hollowed out, dark echo. White check. I can retry it, so I'll give it a go. Ow. That didn't work. Oh, shoot. Whose moronic idea was just to run through the door? Don't you know that things like that hurt? I don't have any health either. Oh, God. This really wasn't the best idea, was it? You all right? The lieutenant steps closer, his eyes soft and worried. This looked pretty intense and painful, I must admit. What is going on there? An upset, high-pitched voice calls out from the bookstore. Are you really trying to break down the back door? I warn you, don't tempt the spirits, officer. You can hear her take a frightened step backwards. Don't tempt the spirits or you damage the holy wards on the door. It barely looks like you've done any damage to the door. However, it's still locked and closed, covered in dozens of little charms and trinkets. Alright, so that didn't work out. Let's see what these types of books are upstairs. Shelves are overburdened with books in the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over. Couple spook novels hide amidst all the detective books. Thrilling tales of spycraft and daring do. Crimes, robberies, murders, she lowers her voice. Even sexual crimes. They're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective. And this rude bitch. I am the fucking detective here. Quaint picture book brochure, very colourful. It's a tome of fascist magic, rather candid. Plaque on the shelf reads biographies of famous people. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell. Storekeep, anything of note in this shelf? I would say, the woman hums to herself, the greatest innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power. Well, what is an innocence? A very influential historical figure, but surely I don't have to tell you that. She waves her hand as if casting aside the thought. You're a law officer, and law officers at least have some education. The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understanding of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things. So you recommend it? Certainly. It's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos would be in otherwise. I feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There is something personal inside. Okay. I need to come back to buy that though. So that's something that we can do. Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. This board has come loose from one corner. The map looks old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insolent, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez. This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots in the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is Lakau. You are here. Another far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands. What else? Ozon, Laurentide, Face-a-la-Mer, archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of dust in the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white. In the northeast, the dust mite stands on the north coast of Cayeux in a bookstore. It's you. Squint first. Can you see cities on the islands? You can. On Cayeux, Revachol, a single black star. On Ozon, Fond de l'Air and Vermandois. On archipelagos, Croyant Moraine, Villiers, on Seminine, Aldevey. And on Laurentide, Dura of the Seven Seas. Lost little pearls of light, tiny fires in the dark. Look at the edges. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into a pale nothingness. Mundi is the north azimuth, Grad is the northeast azimuth, Samara is the east azimuth, Seoul is the west azimuth, Isolus they're called. Connections to other worlds, words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have little idea what they are, distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you and very, very far away. Perhaps they are gods, gods of distance and outer dust. Look at the map of Revachol. The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the river Esperant. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, the Jardins, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Sant Batista, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East. And west of the river, Caron. It's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Faubourg. It's almost as bad and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst. And Martinez. So small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock, there's a strip of coast next to the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbour. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest. No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have, but it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive. Look at the map of Martinez. Not really a map, it's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48, so 3 years ago. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of Industrial Harbour, even the whirling and gags there. Storekeep, can I buy these maps? Sorry, officer, the map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore, and besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though. They might not look at it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. Why is the one of Martinez so cheap? That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated their horse statues, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the street lamps. What happened then? They didn't get far for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business. Yeah, I'll buy the map. Always good to be informed of your surroundings. I figure that can come in handy later. This book's story is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature. Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. The point of the book and many others on this shelf is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services. How does that work? Serves platitudes while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to and which costs more than this book, is garbage and would only give you cancer anyway without even curing your cold or anything. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything, though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place. Does the book say anything else? The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium, it even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from, how to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who's destroyed his liver, and there's even a chapter on the ancient Surrey's tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranaternal about this? Find something truly otherworldly. Nothing. You sense something ominous emanating from the shelf, but it lacks form and substance, and soon enough you lose track of it. Storekeep, what books are these? Sir, please no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up like opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no. Right. So that's where she's whacked out from. Another boring book just discarded here. Okay, that's all that we can do here. I wonder if we've opened up any more dialogue options with this chick.
You've hurt yourself now. I told you not to mess around back there. What are you even trying to accomplish, you fool?
I need to know what secrets lie behind the door. It's part of a spiritual request. This will get her going. She loves this shit. You're only making things worse. Stop it. Be compelled to look at books. She fiddles with her pendant. Go to them. Alright. Go well for now. That didn't really help us with anything. We still got to confront Kuno. We still got to make some cash so we can find somewhere to sleep tonight. Someone's passed out there. Roundabout North. Cape Side Apartments. Martinez Pier. The ad reads broken window. Tibbs has windows. Right. We gotta find Tibbs. If you had a bag in your hand, perhaps you could collect these bottles and sell them. Yo, I don't have a bag. Things I've seen, hick, and said. Oh, what's that actually? Is that a bag? Oh no, it's a view. Coin operator viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible. Look inside. A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word ONUC written on the other side with N and C scribbled backwards. Shift your focus to the background. Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appears. Behind the water lies a coast studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky, weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower. The church looks old and weather-worn. There are no lights in the windows. Around the large wooden building, you see chunks of sea ice gathered on the beach and a small tent set up on the ice. I want to see what happens if I pat it. Poor little viewer, pat it. Metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic. Vandalism, shake your head. Probably some kids. The lieutenant inspects the rig slot. A simple but clever solution to ruining a coin-operated viewer. It took ingenuity. Let's talk to this old guy. Nothing I can't do. I'm the job for every man. Hear the distant squall of seabirds. Oh, he's got a plastic bag. Hell yeah. Now we can collect some money. Splatter of bullet holes line the wall. Sight of bullet holes stirs something in you, making you forget the lieutenant's surname. Look closer first. Faded marks are too degraded to draw any forensic conclusions, just chips in the sandstone. Kim, look! Bullet holes! Where? He looks around, point to the chips in the wall. Someone has been shot. We're cops. We should solve it. There? Those are old. What do you mean, old? These bullets were fired during the revolution, over half a century ago. They do not warrant investigation. Okay, what can you tell me about the revolution? Not much. I don't have a fresh perspective on it. Shall we go? I'm actually going to put this plastic bag in my hand. Tracked button in inventory. Where's that? Journal in the map tab. I've got a map now. That's cool. Oh shit! So I can go all the way over there. That's pretty cool. Oh, and that's all my checks that I've got to do. These are found white checks. Those in white are available to try now. Okay. What is this? Some money. And just a little heartburn. Is there anything in there? Take a bottle. Oh, there's bottles everywhere now. Coin-operated viewer is facing south. Instruction manual says to invert 25 cents and pull the handle while looking inside. Then use the focus knob to zoom in if necessary. Your money disappears into the coin slot. A clunk, the ring of metal. Pull the handle and look inside. The curtains on the display open. You lean in to catch the view. It's blurry, different blues and greens. In the middle of the shimmer stands a drab grey shape, like a ghost. Turn the knob to focus your vision. Lenses shift. The ghost sharpens into an island in the bay. In the ruins, a man-made structure is visible, a half-sunken sea fort, its concrete almost reconquered by nature. It looks as if it was abandoned quite some time ago. Nothing but a rotten tooth remains of the anti-aircraft tower. A lonely birch tree grows out of it. Please rip. Okay. Very strange. Not sure why stream dropped all of a sudden. Really, I don't have eyesight to make it out. The lieutenant takes off his glasses and cleans them. So, I guess that's my plastic bag has Frit written on it in a dynamic, forceful manner that implies great prices. As you crack it open, a multi gust of air flies in your face. Smells of yeast and beer, a perfect place for tear. That's okay, we can make some moolah. Popping these in.